Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show, also known as J Blue Sanders, and you're listening to this episode on Spreaker.com and Spreaker Podcast Player. And you already know that this is going to be available on demand on YouTube. So just know that this is powered by Immortal Master Floppy at Spreaker.com and Spreaker Podcast Player, available on my podcast, DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show, and available on demand at YouTube, Immortal Master Floppy. So I got a special guest with me today. This is streaming live out of San Jose, California, United States, and and Alaska Red. He's in Fairbanks, Alaska, and he's here with us today, and it's a pleasure. I want to say thank you very much, Alaska Red, for taking time to be a guest on this episode. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Just want to say thank you back to you for having me on this episode, man. Really appreciate it.
Man, thank you, man. So Mr. Alaska Red, so what do you do? Like, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I'm an entertainer, man. I kind of got my hands in a little bit of everything when it comes to music in the music world up here in Alaska. As I said, I'm a father. I'm a husband. As far as the music goes, I've been doing music now for over 20 years. I'm a local artist out of Alaska. I've worked with a lot of mainstream artists. Done a lot of projects over the years. I've been doing music for 20 years plus now. I own a recording studio up here, so I offer recording services, graphic services, DJ services, video work, video editing, all that stuff to local people and people abroad actually as well. From out here in Fairbanks, I do all the work. My studio is actually located in here in Fairbanks. I'm also a promoter. I bring a lot of the hip hop and underground acts that don't really get a chance to. Well, actually, just Alaska itself just is a place that really has very few shows. We're so far away from everything. We're not on the normal touring route. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like the stuff we get up here is very few and far between. And when we do get acts, it's usually really big acts at the Carlson Center or whatever the big community event center is, and it's usually country. You know what I mean? So I just got tired of never seeing any hip hop in my state and in my city, man. So, after I started, I was a hip hop artist first, made a few albums. I started reaching out to guys that, I enjoyed listening to and kind of looked up to, and we ended up getting connected with a couple of guys and doing a couple of songs with some people. And then I had a homegirl that owned a beauty salon up here, and she, back in like 2006, she brought up Sean Paul from the Youngbloods, and that was like my first taste of kind of getting into the event promoting. Brought him up, and I helped out facilitate selling tickets out of my studio, and I was also on the local radio station at the time as a DJ, so I was helping her promote it live on the radio and also pushing the tickets out of the studio. Doing that, she gave me an opening slot to open up for the show. And like I said, it just kind of got my feet wet in the promotion game, and after that, the very next year, I brought Tech Nine up here, and it was like my first concert I ever did.
Oh, wow.
Tech Nine in 2007. Yeah, so that like opened up the door for me promoting, and that's how I kind of met Strange Music, which kind of relates to me getting back to San Diego and meeting you while I was on tour with Mayday, because I've been, over the last 10 years, I've been working with Strange Music off and on, doing shows, features, all sorts of stuff. I went on tour with Cali. I went on tour with Mayday. So been working with those guys pretty close for the last few years, and yeah, man, just try to stay productive, try to stay making music, try to keep bringing light to the fact that there is hip hop up here in Alaska, and people are rocking up here as well.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah. Now, how has your practice changed over time since this pandemic?
Oh, well, the pandemic hit me in a couple of different ways. On the promoter side of things, it hit me hard because I actually had Bun B scheduled to come up here in late March. was actually the last big show that I had scheduled. Bun was supposed to come up here and do a couple of dates, and so we had to push back once the numbers started kind of jumping up, and that kind of fucked that up because, I already had a bunch of money invested, time, promoting, all that stuff, and then it got just pushed to the side. And besides that, I had a couple of local gigs that were lined up, too. I had lined up the first ever in Alaska all-lady female MC headlining tour. It was all local ladies from Alaska, and then one of my homegirls that I used to record a couple years back, she was in the military up here. She left, went back to Atlanta, but she was going to come back up, do the tour, and do some recording. So that tour got canceled as well. That was scheduled for April.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my statewide tour through Alaska that was running July, the whole month of July. We were basically just doing the weekend warrior shit through Alaska. First weekend's shows got canceled because of the COVID stuff. The second week, we got away with it here in my hometown, Fairbanks. We had 2 nights. We actually pulled both of those shows off. And then the rest of the tour got canceled after that because all the numbers started going back up. So it's kind of affected me in that aspect of, as an artist, not being able to tour, not being able to perform, not being able to get out and see the people. I didn't get to get out, do my state, my lower 48 tour last year either. So that kind of screwed that up, and it's kind of screwing it up for this year because usually I get out in the fall. So it's right now things ain't looking good for me doing something stateside because nobody's doing nothing. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of screwed that up, and then like I said, as a promoter, it also has screwed me up in my pockets with being able to do events and pull shows off.
Alaska Red, tell us what was your scariest experience throughout your career, if you have any.
Scariest?
Yeah, if you have any.
Shit, I don't know. I've had some weird fucking drug-induced, too many liquor, too many drink-filled nights. You know what I'm saying? Where we've put ourselves in some people's hands that maybe we shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Okay, perfect example. That last tour we were out there in California. So my homeboy lives out there in Moretta, right? And,
right.
As we're coming in to meet up with Mayday in San Diego. That first night of the tour we were jumping on was in San Diego. So I meet up with my homeboy in Moretta, and he brings us out to the show. And, dog, I tell you, when I'm telling you, he was a little lit. He was driving us back. That's an understatement. I thought this guy was going to kill us. He was going 120 down the freeway, trying to get back home. I'm like,
whoa,
bruh. He's swerving all over the place. And he's got, he got me, my DJ, and then my other buddy from Alaska in the car. There's my film guy. We get back to the house. We made it, thank God. But it was just one of those things that was bro, that was not even worth it. We should have just, took an Uber or done. That shit was just stupid. We're not fucking 18-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids, you know what I'm saying? We're all grown-ass motherfucking men. Got responsibilities and kids and shit at home. I'm like, come on, bruh. I'm not trying to be on the motherfucking highway, you know what I'm saying, splattered and shit because your ass is drinking and driving, but he just kept, everybody does it down here, man. It's just what happens. Nah, fuck that. Yeah,
right.
No more of that shit. So, yeah,
I heard that.
That was a pretty freaky experience, man. Pretty freaky.
Yeah, sure. That sure was, man. That sounded freaky, man. That sounded pretty scary, man. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad everybody's all right.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, fortunately, man, I'm glad y'all made it, man. That's dope. So you are a multitask. You doing a lot of stuff, man. So, I know that you're a hip hop artist and you're putting on for your city. So what art do you most identify yourself with?
Man, I would definitely say, as a hip hop artist, I'm an entertainer, man. That's how I feel. I don't like to label myself as a rapper. You know what I mean? Because I take a lot of pride in my stage show. I take a lot of pride in trying to make a stage show as theatrical as I can and making it entertaining for the people. You know what I'm saying? Even though my base of music is hip hop, I also sometimes rock with a live band. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we'll get a little bit more rocky or a little bit more edgier on the metal side with the band. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely would say I'm an entertainer, man. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the fact that I have kind of like forced myself to be very multifaceted in the business, because if you're not in this day and age, you're kind of hindering yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've always taken pride in knowing that I've learned how to do graphics for myself. I learned how to record myself. I've built my own studio piece by piece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just learned the equipment inside and out from the ground up. I didn't go to school. I didn't get no teaching for this. It's all self-taught stuff. And it's, you know, the promoting, everything, every aspect of the music business that I've learned. You know, I've soaked up a little bit of stuff from people here and there, because I'd be a liar if I said I didn't. I surround myself with the right kind of people to learn things from, and that's what you're supposed to do. Soak that shit up, and then you apply it to your, you know, your skill set or what you're doing in your daily life to try to get ahead or achieve. You know what I mean? And it's helped. I've always tried to surround myself with positive people that are doing positive things and kind of in a trajectory where they're on the way up. You know
That's
what
right.
I mean? Because you know how they say misery loves company. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
like, I've always prided myself on, like I said, just trying to really figure shit out for myself, even when I was stuck in predicaments where I was like, damn, I don't know what to do. I'm like stuck. I have nothing, no forward momentum, because I don't know what the next step is. I've just always kind of like grinded it out. I'll talk to people if I need to talk to them, and I'm not scared to ask questions, and I'm not scared to fail from trying. You know what I mean? You gotta fail a few times before you figure shit out sometimes.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I could hear that. I could hear that fire in your soul, man. Keep it up, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, man. Can you describe a real life situation that inspired you?
That has inspired me.
Yeah,
Man, a lot of real life situations inspire me. It just kind of depends on what kind of inspiration you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like
a real life situation.
Inspiration.
Yeah, a musical inspiration, or you know,
musical inspiration. Man, I get inspired from a few different things. I get inspired from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I feed off of other people's energy. I'm one of those kind of artists that's like, I can sit in my studio and I can write to a beat, and yeah, whatever, I can come up with a song. It'll probably be pretty good. You know what I mean? It's not going to be bad, but when I have other artists around and I'm like writing with them and we're coming up with shit together, and it's like we're fucking going back and forth, like spitting bars together, and it's like, oh shit, you know, I feed off of that kind of energy. So that's where I get a lot of my inspiration from. I also get my inspiration from artists. I try to look, you know, the greats, man. You know what I'm saying? I look at all these great artists before me, and I'm like, I look at it, I see what they do, I try to kind of look and figure out kind of some steps that they may have took, and I try to implement that in my you know, workflow and try to make it kind of work out for me as well.
okay.
One of the most inspiring moments I've probably ever had, though, was watching Tech Nine live in concert, and also Method Man and Redman in concert, man. When you watch the energy those guys put out on stage, it's like, that's that other kind of inspiration where you're like, fuck, next time I get on stage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it inspired me to be a better entertainer. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, wow.
Yes, sir.
Damn, like that? You guys just put it all out there like that? Oh, man, I got to fucking go home and redo my shit, like, right now. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It's just it's a respect thing, man. You watch these motherfuckers that are really great at this stuff, and people that have, like, really put their life into it, and like that's what they do, and it's like, wow, you see why they're good and they're great and they're a tier above just that normal guy that's in your town doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
Yep.
yes,
That's what's up.
A lot of work comes along with that greatness. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you've been you've been doing this for about 20 years, and out of that 20 years, can you tell us about your most embarrassing moment in your career? I know a lot of artists might tell me something about. Well, go ahead. I'll go ahead.
No, go ahead. Give me an example, because I'm like embarrassing. I'm like, you know, I've had
Okay.
things happen. I don't know about.
Well, some of the embarrassing moments that other artists have told me are just like when they forget their words on stage, or they might they might say the music might cut off during their performance or something like that. So I'm just trying to, seeing if you had any.
With the years of me doing this, I've had all that shit happen. But the thing is, like I said, I'm an entertainer, and I feel like I'm kind of on a level now, like, have been doing it for so long. Like, you cut the music off on me, I'm gonna still rap. You aren't gonna. It's not gonna stop me from doing what I do. I just had that happen like 4 or 5 months ago, like one of the last shows I did before the COVID thing.
Okay.
I don't know what was happening. I was performing in a dispensary. The whole system shut out except for my mic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh shit, lickety split. Got to come up with something snappity quick right off the tip of the head. Yeah, it's lyrically read. I'm from Alaska, Diabolical. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm a freestyler, dog. So I'm like, instantly the music cuts off. I just busted a little freestyle to end out my set. Like, oh, that's too bad. Now I'm out. Peace, everybody. You know, boo, boo, boo. They're like,
straight
oh,
out.
that was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
Back in the day when I used to try to rehearse it, you know, everybody, you forget some lyrics on stage or whatever. I would always fall back to my freestyle because most motherfuckers wouldn't even know what the fuck we're saying because we're nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're rapping to a crowd. Nobody knows what the fuck your songs are. If I'd slip up and miss a word and I couldn't get back on, I would just freestyle out the rest of the verse the best I could. You know what I mean? And usually I could play it off well enough where people wouldn't even really notice it. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I've had other embarrassing moments to say, you know, I would say, you know, I've probably had embarrassing moments where, like, I might have shown up way too early for some shit or we showed up late to something and, you know what I'm saying, like, on a professional level, like, done something that may have not have been done right. So that may have been embarrassing to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shit
I got
like
you.
that has happened for sure. You know what I mean? I've been that guy that came from out of town to do a show with, like, Be Legit down in Portland, and I was the first motherfucker at the goddamn the venue. Like, before the promoter and everybody was there. That was a little bit embarrassing. I'm just sitting around for like 5 hours waiting for the show to start. Dude was like, damn, man, you all want to go back to your hotel or something? I'm like, nah, man, I'm already ready. I got all my shit here. I'm already dressed. I'm good. I just sat there for like 5 fucking hours. But, you know, stuff like that has happened to me where I'm kind of like, all right, that's a little embarrassing. But, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Just ride with it and let it do what it do.
That's what's up, man. That's good. So do you own a record label?
Yeah, I own Red Dot Productions is my indie label that I've been running for, you know, since about 2001 is when I put out my first album.
Red Dot Productions. That's what's up. That's what's up. So you got any artists signed to your label, or you just you right now?
I've had artists through the years. You know what I'm saying? Like, my second album that I did was with a buddy of mine. We did a full length album together back in 2002 was my second album. So I dropped one in 2001, then I dropped one in 2002. That guy actually ended up going to prison. He's doing double life plus 60 down in California right now. After that, I did like a compilation album. It was a double disc CD with like 36 tracks on it and had like 40 different artists on it and shit like that. That one was like, you know, artists from all over Alaska, some guys that were military cats and stuff like that. No one was really signed to my label. I had a couple of the producers that were on there that were signed to me. And then after that, I signed a group of military guys and a local guy. They're called Royal Family. The military dudes left. I did a solo project with the one guy from Alabama named King Slim. So he has an album out under my record label. King Slim's Crowned Royal. And then I also did a full-length album for an Alaska native guy up here named Matthew Stevens. He went by Hostile Rain. We did an album called A Warrior's Tale for him right after he got out of prison.
Nice.
Doing like a 5-year bid. So yeah, man, I've produced a couple different albums for a couple of different artists, but at this time, just like in my career and where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, with the music and shit, like, I just pretty much focus on myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't really try to pick up new artists, and I'm not really trying to, like, produce and, you know what I'm saying, get any more artists on the roster. I'm just, like, focusing on doing my music here and there and getting out and trying to push it to the best of my ability, because I'm not no money bag having motherfucker where I can just put people on, you know what I mean? And that's what I have to explain to a lot of these guys. They think that, you know, oh, man, you got a studio. You own a record label. You can put me on. Let me be on the label. And it's like, man, if I do this and I sign you, man, I have to commit to spending a lot of money on you. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that's off top. I got to have a bankroll to back me signing you, because you're going to get all the recording for free, yeah, but we're still going to need production. We're still going to have to do promotions. We're still going to have to do photo shoots and graphic designs. And you know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff that goes into running a label and actually, like, putting an artist project out that it's like, a lot of guys don't understand that. They just think, oh, because you have all the shit and the tools that you can just do it. And it's like, well, you have the tools, but the tools are just one step. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Then there's a bunch of other shit that comes involved with it too, man. And it's like, I would love to be able to put a bunch of people on, but you know, in the past, it's just like, it's almost like, I don't know, I'm not going to say a waste of time, because I don't ever feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I'm learning and I'm always gaining experience from anything I do. But like financially and from a business standpoint of things, it wasn't a successful business venture. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yes, sir.
I don't see the same return on putting that money into an artist as I do when I do it for myself. You know what I mean? Just straight up. It's like, because the dudes will be around for a couple years and then shit changes. They start feeling like, oh man, we're not fucking blowing up like I thought we were gonna blow up. Well, I'm gonna go over here and do this now. It's like, all right, man, okay, cool. You know, I don't hold anybody, like, you know, handcuff anybody or whatever. And anybody wants to get out of the shit, I always let them out of it. So
yeah,
I had a couple of guys, and they end up going home, and so things just dissolve, and it was never like, well, okay, I put a bunch of money into putting this album out for you, and I spent all this time recording and mixing and promoting you and all this shit, and then it's like, well, now you're gone. How am I going to promote you now? You know, I can't. I can promote myself so much better and sell myself so much better than I can sell some other cat that ain't even here. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Can't do shows with you. Can't do projects with you. You're not in videos, so it's like it's a dead point pretty much at that point.
Wow. Yeah, man, that's interesting. Man, I want to thank everybody that's tuning in right now. Y'all go ahead and drop some comments in the chat room. Immortal Master Floppy. We're going live. We're streaming live from Spreaker.com, Spreaker Podcast Player. This episode is going to be available on demand on YouTube at Immortal Master Floppy. Just look for the episode by Alaska Red. Man, I want to say, man, I think that you've done some really great work, man. Can you tell me what are any memorable responses have you had to your work?
Oh man, most definitely, man. I've had some really amazing reactions to my work through the years, man. Like, and it's weird because, like, back in the early days, you know, I always was on this. I wanted to make like hardcore rap because, you know, I was in the streets and I was hustling, and so I felt like that's where my music had to come from. I'm a white guy, so I had to be like, I don't know, to be accepted in the rap world or whatever it is. I felt like I had to have like hard music. You know what I'm saying? I never really wanted to give people like my heart and like give them some of that behind the scenes, some real filling shit, but I would try when I'd make my albums. I would know that, you know, hey man, you gotta kind of go there. You gotta give them a little bit of everything. Give them a club track. Give them some shit to ride and smoke to. Give them some heartfelt. You know what I mean? So I would do tracks like that, but I'm very limited. Like on my second album, I think we did this one track, and it was called Dear Dad, and it, you know, it was really real shit from the heart. We're talking about how our pops weren't around. You know, we'd be waiting for them to come pick us up sometimes, and they wouldn't show up. And, you know, just growing up in that split relationship type of shit, man. And it was just like really real music.
Yeah.
Those would be the ones that, like, I'm sitting in McDonald's drive-thru and I get some motherfucker come up to my door and they're like, Dad, I'm like, what the fuck is it? Yo, what's up, man? Yo, you're Red, right? Your last door? Yeah, man, what's up? Yo, man, that track you did, man, Dear Dad? Fuck, man, that shit hit me in my heart, bro. I'm just like, whoa. Oh, okay. Damn.
Wow, excellent.
Okay, all right.
Excellent.
So when you start seeing the response from people like that about music like that, it kind of opened up my eyes. And, you know, as you grow as a person and as a human and as an artist and everything else, like, your music will kind of start to develop and change around who you are becoming. So my last project, that one that I was kind of touring on when I was down there, Snowsuits and Bunny Boots, that one has a lot of shit from my heart on it, man. And I just feel like it's like one of my best projects, and it's really like the heartfelt fucking album, there's a lot of stuff that's really like, just very sentimental. It's like I really gave the listeners a piece of me on this album. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
I had a
indeed.
homeboy over here that's like, he's been a good friend of mine for some years, and he's really into the local scene and local music and just hip hop in general. You know what I mean? And he came over and I was letting him peep out a couple tracks on the album before I released it and shit, man. And I let him hear this one song called the song on the album called Four Seasons. And it got all these like singers on the hook, and it's really melodic, and it's a really nice sounding song. And so I'm letting him hear it, and you know what I'm saying, I'm just looking at my computer screen while it's playing the shit, man. I look back and the dude's in fucking tears, man, like literally in tears, and I'm like, damn, bro, you good? Bro, he was like, fuck, man, he was like, man, thank you, I needed that. I was like, needed that? He was like, dog, that fucking just hit me, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, like that, man. He was like, bro, like that shit that's some good music, man. I'm like, wow, it just gave me chills up my whole body, man, to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah.
I just made a grown man fucking cry off of a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, that shit was deep. You know?
Wow. Yeah,
it
that's
was cool, man.
that's got to be memorable.
Like, to know that your music can resonate with people like that is fucking, it's an amazing thing, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That's incredible. Yeah. Wow. Man, you know what? I just want to thank you again, Alaska Red, for being a special guest on this episode today. Man, everybody, man, let's give this man an applaud, for being a special guest with us today. Yo, we back again. DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show, and you're listening to this episode on Spreaker.com and Spreaker Podcast Player, streaming live. Yeah, we got Alaska Red with us today. That's ALASKA space REDD. That's Alaska Red. Tell us, Alaska, where can we find you? Where's all your production, your music? Where can we find your stuff at?
Basically, I'm on all streaming platforms. You can find me on Apple Music, Google Music. Basically, I'm at Alaska Red on all social media, too, so you can find me on any of the social media sites. If you're looking for me on YouTube, I'm at Alaska Red, and then just put a 907 at the end. That's the area code for all of Alaska, so that's very easy to remember. Alaska Red 907 at YouTube. And yeah, man, Google me, man. I got great music out there. I got some new videos that a new video I just posted on the YouTube page. It's a little 420 dedicated song. We dropped it on 420, and it's called Every Day. And I just kind of take you on a day in the life of a hip hop weed smoking head up in Alaska as we kind of visit some of my favorite little spots and shit. You know, some of the guys that mess with me and show me some love, I had to show them some love back. The legal cannabis industry up here is doing well, so you know what I'm saying, I try to tap in. Those are my people.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
So how many more minutes or how much more time do you have with us today or tonight?
Man, I got as much time as you need, bro. You tell me when it's time to go. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. So before we wrap this up, I have about maybe a few or maybe several more questions. I have some good ones. So I really thank you for your time. Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure that you comment and follow and share this episode. This is an amazing episode. I'm asking Alaska Red some questions, and he's coming up with some really great answers. I want to ask you. So what do you dislike about your music?
What do I dislike about it?
Yeah, if you do.
Sometimes I'll listen to old stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you know how that is, man. Like I said, kind of going back to the answer I was giving you before, like with as a person that grows and the artist grows, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might listen to some of your old shit and be like, what the fuck was I on when I made that? You know what I mean? Like, you know, and just the quality of stuff changes over time too, because we didn't know what we were doing. We were paying people in different studios that we were going to and stuff. So sound quality would change. So that might be a factor in why I might not like something as much. I mean, I'm really just one of my own worst critics, like most artists are. I'm hard on myself, and I'm really like, oh man, I listen to old stuff, and I'm just like, dude, I could have done that better. I might have rushed in the studio when I recorded it. I might have just said something that was just easy, so I feel like I slacked on a bar or something like that. So that's the kind of stuff that'll make me not like something that I've done. It's usually the older shit that I'm just like, ugh, dude, what the fuck was I thinking when I made that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. So now this is a sensitive question right here, but I ask everybody this: what makes you angry, as far as in the music industry?
What makes me angry in the music industry?
Yeah.
Oh man, I think there's a lot of nepotism. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is if you don't know somebody that knows somebody, or your family member is not already deeply rooted in it, it's hard, man. It's hard to get on. It's not like everybody thinks. You know what I'm saying? You just make some good music, and if you're fucking driven and talented, you're gonna come up. It's not always like that. It's a crapshoot. I tell a lot of people that I do record, and a lot of artists that come in here, man. You know what I'm saying? I just try to be real with them in that aspect. Like I said, a lot of them are like, oh, you got a studio, you got this, you got that, third, whatever. You got all these tools at your disposal. You could be on. And I'm like, if it was that easy, don't you think I'd be on?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let's just be real. It's a lot of hard work and dedication, and 99% of the people that try to do this don't achieve that amount or that level of success that you may be thinking of. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It's all about what you gauge success on. I don't gauge success on. I don't have to be T.I. or fucking 2 Chainz or somebody like that to be successful in music. You know what I'm saying? But that's where people kind of set that standard of being successful up at that level. You know what I mean? It's like, well, if that's the level of success that you're shooting for, by all means, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. But don't be disheartened or discouraged when it doesn't happen, because for 99% of the people, it don't. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you just got to work hard and be humble and keep a positive attitude about that shit, because for the most part, you ain't gonna be Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's right. I heard that. Real talk. So what kind of research do you do, man? Because you sound very smart and intelligent. I know you probably went over this before, but I mean, break it down. What kind of research do you do, as far as in the music, your career?
Like I said earlier, man, I try to study the greats, man. I try to follow the path of success.
Mm-hmm.
You study the path of success, you have way better chance of being successful.
That's right.
You just go out there shooting in the dark and shooting blind. It's going to take you a lot longer. It's going to be a lot harder. And like I said, ask questions, man. You got to ask questions. You got to be willing to put in the work. You got to be willing to do the research. You got to be willing to, fail. Sometimes you're going to fail. Sometimes it's going to be hard. There's going to be a lot of damn, that shit didn't work out in the way that I thought it was going to. But it's all a learning process, man. And if you're taking it as that is, you're putting it in the back of your mind as, okay, that shit was not exactly what I thought it was going to be. It didn't work out the way it was planned. Damn, I might have lost some money, whatever.
Yeah.
Chalk it up as a learning experience, at least. Then you take something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not going to do that next time because it didn't work out the way I planned it was going to work out. So you might take a different route or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I know a lot of artists, they don't like answering this, but most of them do. And I'm gonna ask you this: can you name 3 artists that you like to be compared to, or if any?
I have been compared to E40 a lot in my career, because I grew up listening to E40 religiously from a 13-year-old kid to all through my adolescence. And so,
oh wow,
you know how it is, man. You get influenced from things that you listen to, you watch, and you're around. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you're around a group of people and people are spitting that slang, you're going to pick up that slang. You know what I mean? So it was kind of in that same sense. I listened to not only E40 and them, I listened to predominantly Bay Area rap for a long time because two of my best friends growing up here in Fairbanks were actually from the Bay Area.
Oh, really?
One of my homeboys, my homeboy Adrice, he's from Sunnydale in San Francisco.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then my other homeboy Cheveo, he was from Mission, the Mission in San Francisco. So they're both Bay Area dudes. They're both back there now. You know, they went to high school with me up here and shit, but they turned me on to like everything from down there. 415, Young Self, E. Budweiser, fucking Cool Nuts. I mean, just all that Bay Area shit. RBL Posse back in the day that was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's some dope ass music. So
Yeah.
that was like my music set. I loved the Bay Area. So it was like I really got a lot of influence from the Bay Area music. I was into the Fizz Nation shit when it was popping. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was just really heavy into that genre, that market, that style of music. And so a lot of people are like, man, you sound like E40. Dude, you hear some of my earlier shit, you hear me. I got a little bit of slang and I be talking that bullshit, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you hear, you know what I'm saying? You can hear. So I had that stutter slang and shit, but then I just started gravitating away from it as I got older because it was like, you know what? I don't want to have people comparing me to someone or trying to say I'm trying to sound like somebody because that wasn't the case. It was just, that was my influence, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was natural. Yeah.
Yeah, and I even had the conversation with 40, you know what I'm saying? Because we ended up doing some music together. He's on a couple of my albums, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
When I brought him up here, like, we're in the hotel going up to the room as I'm checking him in, and he was like, oh, so you the one that did that song with me, man? Because he didn't know. He just knew me as the promoter at the time. And I was like, yeah, I'm the guy that sent you the song to do, too. And he was like, oh, that's dope. And he was like, you know what, my engineer said, you kind of sound like me, man. I was like,
Right.
yeah. I've heard that before. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, it's right there in your face. So what do you do? And I was like, hey, man, on the real, bro, I said, it ain't me trying to bite your style. It's just you basically sprinkled me with so much game over the years. It's just natural for me to kind of have some of that influence in my spit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, then I can't wait to hear it, pimpin'. I know you got it. I was like, all right.
That's what's up.
Cool, man. Yeah, it was a pretty cool moment, you know what I mean?
Wow, man. That's what's up, man. That's y'all hear that, man? E40, he influenced Alaska Red, man. Alaska Red, you got to check out that Snow Bunny in the boots. What is it? What is it?
It is snowsuits and bunny boots.
Snowsuits and bunny boots. Now, now the reason I mentioned that, now I'm sorry I said that wrong, but yeah, snowsuits and bunny boots. Yeah, snowsuits and bunny boots. Everybody, check that out. I actually got that one, and I heard the song he did with E40. Y'all check out that track with E40 by Alaska Red. That's a dope one right there. Wow, man. How did name something you love about music and why?
What I love about music, one of the things I love about music the most is how powerful it is, man. You know what I mean? Music is it's so powerful in so many different ways. It's fucking almost amazing to me, you know what I'm saying? It's powerful in the sense that you can hear a song and it'll bring you back to an exact certain time in an exact certain place in an exact certain feeling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how you have some of those songs that you may not even heard that shit in 10 years and all of a sudden it might come on the radio or somebody will play it or something. You're like, what? Oh, man.
Yeah.
I remember back in the summer of 93 when we were riding bikes down the...
Yeah.
Like, that's what music does, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what music does. And music is a universal fucking language.
Yes.
That everybody speaks.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It breaks barriers down. It breaks races down. It breaks that bullshit down. It brings people together from all walks of life, man. And I fucking love that. I love that. I think that, like, that's something I miss about shows, man. It's like seeing so many people together in a place that maybe wouldn't always kick it together, or, you know what I'm saying, be around each other or something. But it's like the music will bring people together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I'm telling y'all, everybody, y'all gotta check out that snowsuits and bunny boots, man. One of my favorite songs. I don't know why, but I'm thinking of it right now, man. I like that song. I don't. My bad if I get the song title incorrect, but I think there's a track on there that something it's called Committee, right?
Yeah, the committee.
Yeah, the Committee. Wow, yeah, that one. I don't know why I like that one, man. Like I like the beat, I like the composement of it and everything. That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. Um,
So,
um, Name something you don't love about music and why.
how commercial it is.
Okay.
I don't like that about music. I don't like that people use the power of music to do bad shit to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that people that the industry, the bigger industry, will fucking straight use artists. Like, I mean, look what happened to TLC, man. Look what happened to, you know what I'm saying? There's so many of those stories that you hear over and over and over and over again. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You guys were fucking broke. You're broke and you have 3 platinum albums out. How the fuck does that even happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's scary. That's scary for an artist like me. It's like, I'm working my whole life to do something and, you know, be successful. And then it's like, damn, is that what success is? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get these motherfuckers raping you and robbing you and shit? Nah, man. That I don't like about the industry. I don't like that about music. You know what I mean?
I agree. I was just
the business side of it.
Yeah, I was just telling somebody that, man, that the music business is shady. It is shady.
Super.
And it's I think that being having your own label, or even if you have your own independent label or major label, that's better than signing.
Yep.
Don't sign.
Yeah, no, ownership, man. It's all about ownership. Owning your fucking masters, owning your own, owning your shit, owning your own identity, owning your own label or brand or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? Like, it's very important.
Mm-hmm. What's the best piece of advice you've been given about your career or music?
The best piece of advice?
Yeah, the best.
One of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given was probably, the same thing that I kind of tell artists as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, don't ever give up, man. Like,
that's right.
You really have to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Invest in yourself. Don't be scared to take fucking chances. And when opportunities present themselves, take advantage of it, man. Take advantage of it. Because I'm from a place where opportunity is very few and far between. You know what I'm saying? And I kick myself in the ass because I've missed some opportunities in my life, big ones, because I was scared or I just didn't think I had what it took to, you know what I'm saying, compete at that level or win or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck it might have been. Maybe not even musically, but like just in life in general, man, you gotta be willing to take chances. You gotta be willing to, you know what I'm saying, bet on yourself sometimes. And believe in yourself, man. Like, that's the biggest thing. Just believe in yourself. Know that you can do it. Fuck what anybody else says. Because, trust me, if I would have listened to what everybody else said, and if 99% of these other people that are out here that are successful would have listened to what other people said, they probably wouldn't even be doing it. You would have never heard of them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's
right.
right.
Stay the course, man. Keep your head down and just pound it out.
That's right. That's what's up, man. Keep that fire in your soul, man. Man, everybody, if y'all ever want to answer these handful of questions I'm asking Alaska Red, y'all can email those answers to arts@newsandmediarepublic.org. That's arts@newsandmediarepublic.org. ARTS@NEWSANDMEDIAREPUBLIC.org. That's arts@newsandmediarepublic.org. Make sure that you include a photo and make sure that you leave some links on how to get them. Leave some social media, include a photo and, just include some examples of your work. This will help you get a possible feature on the site. So again, y'all want to answer these handful of questions I'm asking Alaska Red, y'all can email those answers to arts@newsandmediarepublic.org for a possible feature on the site. And don't forget to include your name in the photo and some examples of your work and links on how to get them. So Alaska Red, you said you're turning you're going to be having a birthday coming up on August 9th. Am I correct?
August 5th.
August 5th. Woo! Wow. Yeah. Okay. Next month. Real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Wow. So that makes you that makes you the sign of Virgo, right?
No, I'm a Leo.
Oh. Okay. Leo for sure. Yeah. Yep. My stepdad's a Leo. Okay. That's what's up, man. Wow, man. So now can you give us a little bit of I want to know, what is your strongest memory of your childhood?
Strongest memory of my childhood.
Mm-hmm. Or one of your strongest memories.
Probably one of the strongest memories of my childhood would probably be like growing up back in the States. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was a kid, growing up in the States in Washington. And, like, growing up when my mom and dad were still together and, like, being down in our basement of our house on C Street. I grew up with, like, bands in my house all the time. Like, my pops was, like, a rock and roller, you know what I'm saying? So we had full drum sets, keyboards, mics, fucking guitar rigs, bass rigs sitting in our basement. And there would always be, like, jam sessions and big parties and shit at our house all the time. That's just, like, a very fond memory that sticks out. You know what I'm saying, in my mind.
Yeah. Man, I want to take a time out and just say I want to thank Alaska Red again for being on this episode. Let's give him another applause, all right? Let's do it. Yo, we're back again, the DJ Blue Radio, J Blue Show. Alaska Red is still with us right now. He's actually in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I'm in San Jose, California. So we're all here in the United States. Alaska Red, how do you, I want to ask you one more thing, and then I want to lead it to another subject, but it's very important, because everybody wants to know, all the fans wants to know. But before I ask you, we want to know, what other jobs have you done other than being an artist?
Oh, man. Recently in my life, I've been just basically, I do anything that's, like, around music. Like, not only am I an artist, I'm a promoter, like I said, concert promoter. I'm also a DJ. So I go and DJ wedding gigs, I DJ private events, socials and stuff at schools around town. I've also been a radio host, had a radio show for like 6 years here on the number one, like, top 40 urban station in the town, K-Wolf 98.1. I was like the afternoon drive guy for
Nice.
6 years on that station.
Oh, wow.
I've also worked at Pizza Hut. I was a roofer for a long time. I've done construction. That's another big thing that's up here. You know what I'm saying? You make good money doing construction in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
I've done a bunch of different construction jobs, and I've done some roofing.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good trade. Yeah. Roofing.
Trades are where it's at, kids.
Yeah. Y'all gotta try it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta try it, everybody. There's a lot of jobs out there that are they're just getting shut down right now, and this leads me to my next question, Alaska Red, because I guess I'm hearing, that it's just like, a lot of people are becoming unemployed since this pandemic,
Oh, yeah.
And, so how do you feel about that? And the direct question I really want to ask is, who do you think is going to, have you registered to vote? And if you have, who are you trying to vote for?
I'm not registered to vote. And, they're not giving us the best of decisions, bro. Honestly, is how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. The best of choices, I should say. Yeah, it's unfortunate, what state the country's in right now. I feel very bad for all the people that are going through the unemployment shit. I'm feeling it myself. Luckily, my wife has a job where she's still working. You know what I'm saying? But I've felt it personally in my pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, over the last few months, we've had to cancel multiple shows. I had to cancel my tour. It's like I get paid to do that shit, so that's my livelihood. It really put a damper on things in that aspect. So I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling for all the people that are going through it, and I'm just hoping for things to kind of pick up after the elections is what I'm really hoping. You know what I mean? I'm hoping all this madness will die down a little bit and things will somewhat get back to normal.
Yeah.
That's what we can hope for.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, amen. Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Kanye West is running for campaign, running for president. I've been hearing a lot about that. I've been pretty numb to it. I think it's a distraction. How do you feel about that?
I think it's kind of a distraction too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I've heard about it too, and it's like, people that are in our circle are probably hearing about it, and I'm sure in the mainstream media they've put it out there a little bit, but they're still not even really talking about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, he's going to reach some people, but he's not going to reach the majority. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like it's like a moot point pretty much. You're doing it for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing all that bullshit for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There was a lot of, some of the speeches and, presentations he's making are just, people just think he's totally wrong. And,
right. Man, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the mental health issue too with him. Like, people are thinking he's having some mental health issues and he's having breakdowns and stuff. And I mean, if that's the case, I wish the best for the dude, honestly. You know what I mean? I don't wish that on nobody, but I'm like, I don't know if it's even that serious like people are saying. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Well, do you think we need to get Trump out of office or what?
I think all this bullshit needs to stop.
Yeah.
I think somebody needs to get in there that's going to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know that Joe Biden is the guy that's going to do it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what scares me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't like Trump at all, but I don't fucking think I like Biden either, man. He just fucking it seems scary to me. You know what I mean? Like, there's something going on. Why they want him? They put him out there. You know how it is, man. I feel like they put them all in there. It's like preordained anyway who they're going to have like in the final race. You feel what I'm saying? I think like they set that shit up no matter what we want. Because I personally would have loved to see Bernie running.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders. Yeah, exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that would have been my guy.
Yeah.
That was going to be my guy. I was like, fuck yeah, the burn, baby. I'm still into burn. But, same thing like the last campaign, man. All of a sudden he's running, he's in the front. It's like, yeah, shit's going good. And it's like, all of a sudden he shut out Hillary Clinton as the choice. And it's like, what? How's that even? What? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. There's some weird shit that goes on with all that politics shit. So it's unfortunate. I just hope somebody gets in there and does some things to change some stuff around and make shit better for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So do you think that the artistic life is pretty lonely?
It can be. Depends. Just depends. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing. Like I said, I feed off the energy of other people. So the more I can be around people, the better the energy might be coming out. But sometimes, yeah, it can be.
Yeah, I heard that. Wow, man, I got so many more questions for you, man. But I'm gonna ask you just, maybe a couple more questions, and then we'll wrap this up. Because
sure.
I want to have you on the next. I would love to have you on another episode, and all the fans, we want to know more answers, but we don't want to just boil them and give them everything in one episode.
For sure.
Yes.
We'll definitely come back and do it again.
For sure. Thanks, man. So, Alaska Red, man. Alaska Red. We got a couple more questions. What food and drink and song inspires you?
Food, drink, and song. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
inspires me? I don't know, man. I like grilling. I like grilling shit. That inspires me.
Grilling.
I like cooking in general. You know what I'm saying? I like fucking around with recipes I've never done and stuff. I'm big on trying new shit and just like getting in there and trying to fuck around and come up with something and make dishes that we've never done. So I get inspired in the kitchen just to fuck around. Drink, give me some vodka. That'll get me inspired.
Yeah.
Music that inspires me, man. I get inspired by all sorts of music. I listen to rock and roll. I listen to classical music. I listen to fucking heavy metal sometimes. I listen to predominantly rap. You know what I'm saying? But so it's just like whatever the mood may be. Like when I'm on long drives and shit, I like to listen to metal because it kind of keeps me more awake, and rock and roll kind of keeps my blood pumping. You know what I'm saying? But just depends on what the situation or what the mood is. You know, all music is inspiring though in some way or fashion to me.
What work do you most enjoy doing?
What work do I most enjoy doing? Being a dad.
Oh, wow. Wow. How many kids you have?
I have two grown boys. One boy is about to be 24. My other son is about to be 21. And then I have two step boys. One is turning 18 this week, and the other one's 16. And I have a baby daughter that 4 years old, 4.5.
Wow, wow, man, you have a nice family, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Wow, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, I don't mean to. Let me see here. I'm almost running out of questions to ask you, but you know, people, they have so many questions they want to ask, and I don't want to ask the wrong question because I want to be able to break it down if you ask me what I mean. So, but I actually do. I did write down some questions here. Some of these questions I don't even really know what I'm asking if I ask you this, but I mean, there's some. Well, you know what? Okay, here's a simple one. So, now this is a pretty, easy one here. How do you work on your music?
My workflow, it's basically my process is usually finding the production first, finding the beat, and then once I find the beat, you know what I'm saying, like getting kind of what inspires me in music. Like when I listen to a beat and I can just like freestyle to it like crazy off top, like oh shit, I'm just like shit's coming in my mind and I'm like oh you just have ideas flowing, you know what I mean? I'm like I know I'm gonna make a kick-ass song to that, you know, to that beat. So that'll be my first process is selecting the production and the beat, and then coming up with an idea. I do it a couple of different ways actually. Sometimes I'll write the hook first. That way I have like a general, you know what I'm saying, idea of what the song's going to be about. So I'll try to make my hook or my bridge first, and then I'll write my verses. Sometimes I'll write my a verse, you know, and then I'm like, I have to try to kind of fit a hook to it because I'll just kind of freestyle write, just like whatever's coming off the dome or whatever. So it just kind of all depends on the way that I, you know what I'm saying, start to write to it. If it has like a hook that comes in the beginning, usually be my hook first, then my verses. But if it's like it starts with a verse, I'm probably going to start with a verse and then write my hook later.
Gotcha. I got you.
Once I get it all, you know, laid down and written out, and I've practiced it over and over and over again, I jump in the studio and I record that shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Can you name a superpower that you would have and why?
A superpower that I would have.
Yeah, you know, everybody's got their skills, their set of skills, and they always have they got their strengths and weaknesses, and some people they call their strengths their superpower. So I'm trying to.
I wish I could fly.
I heard that.
I just think that shit would be lit. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to like fucking take off. That shit would be lit.
Yeah, off top. What are you working on right now? What's your dream project?
My dream project? Oh man, I couldn't even call my dream project. I mean, I just inspire to keep collabing with cats and keep working with the upper echelon in the game, and rub elbows with the guys that need to be you need to rub elbows with to make shit happen. So that's kind of what I aspire to do. As far as what I'm working on right now, I've been releasing I've been on this little thing called the 52-week leak, where I'm trying to drop a new track every Monday on my Spotify. And basically, I got up to 24 weeks, and then I took a break. I kind of took a break just because with all the shit that's been going on, I just kind of chilled out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to drop a new track pretty much throughout the year. So there's going to be some new tracks coming from me every Monday. You can always catch them on Spotify or on my YouTube page. And then I'm also doing this Freestyle Friday thing on my YouTube page as well. It's exclusively on my YouTube page. I go on there on Fridays, and I usually have fans or people around me drop me some subjects and topics to rock about, and then I just get on, pick a beat, and I freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they're a minute long, sometimes they're 4 minutes long. It just depends on what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are one of your favorites or most inspirational places? Or I know some people.
Favorite, most inspirational places. I would have to say, man, I've only been to Hawaii one time. And it was pretty beautiful, and I loved it, and I want to go back. So
okay,
Hawaii was pretty dope.
That's what's up.
This place was hella inspirational itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no place like it in the world. So.
And one more question before we wrap this up. What would you be doing if you was not doing music?
Probably construction in some shape or fashion.
Gotcha.
Yep, more than likely, I'd be doing some kind of construction job, because that's what my family does out here. You know what I'm saying? My brother's a foreman of a fucking roofing business. My cousin's a foreman of a roofing business. My uncle owns a roofing business. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of my family that does construction out here.
Mm-hmm. And now you've been making. I think you making some really good progress. How is the money situation working out for you as far as music? Is it good money for you? Is it taking care of bills, paying bills, or how does that work? And how can you get the most?
It does when I'm touring.
Okay. All right.
I'm man, when I'm doing shows and stuff, man, I do okay. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm just sitting still, it's a different thing. Cause my whole hustle is around music now. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, my hustle was the streets and drugs.
Yeah.
I had to flip that, man. And my hustle now is my music and doing shows and getting sponsors. And you know what I'm saying? That's my hustle now. So it's if I ain't doing shows, it's I'm not getting sponsored by people, and I'm not bringing those checks in from, businesses, because that's honestly, that's one of my biggest payouts, man, is I go get sponsors for shit. And I mean, we get thousands of dollars from people sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So it's I can set up a show and potentially round up $5-6 grand on one event, you know what I mean? And then basically pay out $2-3 grand on the event, and I just pocketed 3 G's, you know what I'm saying, for a fucking night, you know what I mean? So it's when that shit stops and comes to a halt, or I can't do it, then things are being affected.
Yeah, I got you. Wow, man. Wow, is there anything else you want to add to this episode before we wrap this up? Because I think we're almost done here.
Yeah, man, I would just basically like to say thank you to all the listeners out there. I hope that if they have time, they want to check out more on me, that they do that again. They can find me on all social media platforms at Alaska Red, one word. YouTube, I'm at Alaska Red 907. If you guys want to check out my music, you're interested in collabing, whatever, you know what I'm saying, check me out, man. Drop me a line, link up with me. That's what I'm out here doing, and that's what I'm out here for.
Excellent.
And a big thank you and a big shout out to you, man, for having me on the show. I really appreciate you reaching out to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time, and man, thanks for showing me love at the event
Always.
You did a great, amazing performance. I'll never forget that day. I remember when I think somebody brought me over to you, Optimistic or somebody, and and you just flat out came out and gave me some business cards, and there was free download music. I played it on the radio at KJCC Radio at San Jose City College, and it was dope, man. I don't get to play it very much. I think well, I completed the class already. I had completed it last year, and then I had after that I just been doing I've been doing the publications, for journalism. So I started writing articles,
Right.
and
Nice.
I guess I'm probably gonna try to get into another actual radio station very soon. But I haven't really been around to any new ones or any other ones except the KQED, the KRTY, the FCC freeradio.com, and that's that's probably about. Oh, and one other one, I think it was called I forget the name of it, but it's at San Jose State University of San Jose, California. So when I get back into when I get back into this station, man, I'm gonna definitely spin some records for you. But I would love to have you on another episode, and so.
Bro, anytime, man, anytime. You got my contact. You reach out, man. We'll set it up. We'll make it happen.
Thank you, Alaska Red. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and for everybody that's listening, we love you. We appreciate your time. Make sure that you share this episode. It's going to be available on demand on YouTube at Immortal Master Floppy. You could also look for my podcast on Spreaker.com. Look for my podcast on Spreaker.com and Spreaker Podcast Player. The mobile app is available on Google Play Store. That's Spreaker Podcast Player. And look for my podcast, DJ Blue Radio, The J Blue Show. And you can look for the latest episodes. Check out the latest episode right here, Alaska Red. You know what I'm saying? And Thanks again, everybody. So
I appreciate you, man. You guys have a great night out there.
For sure. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. All right, peace.